does your character's name mean to them, or why did you choose it? Starting with Australia.
Holy shit. I forgot why I chose it. Then I suddenly found out it was the name of the goddess of the Greek god of justice. So that is what it's going to represent: justice.
All right, yeah. What about June?
I'm gonna be honest, it just sounded good to me.
So what does it mean to June? I mean, as a changeling, it's choosing a name seems like a choice.
So changeling names, if I remember correctly, it's been a while since I came up with law and stuff for June. Names for changelings are like super simple, so like 3 letters, 4 letters, that no longer than that, and they're often just one single syllabled words, and that's about it. If I remember correctly, I could be thinking of a different race, but they often don't. I can't think of a meaning of why June is called June.
No, I feel like that's super fitting. Like just a short, quick fire name that fits with anything. Like any face could be called June. I like it. Yeah. What about Elias?
Well, at first I really only picked it just because I thought Elias was a good name, but just over time I feel like it's sort of worked as a like sort of just an out of game, like someone like the name Elias is not something you'd expect to show up in like Eastern Asia, right? And I feel like Elias is a bit of a cultural outlier in this world as well, or at least in his environment growing up.
It's funny, I've noticed so many Eliases in pop culture since your character joined the game, like because of that. And every time I'm just like, nah, that's like it's really interesting where the name goes. I think it fits you perfectly though. Welcome, Sakura.
Hi.
Welcome.
Yeah, so the question for tonight is what does your character's name mean to your character, or why did you choose it for them? And we're about to go on to Jerry, which I feel like is almost self-explanatory, but
yeah, you can see the photo of like the character sheet. This character was entire purpose was a meme that was supposed to be like a one shots, like the arena thing that would have happened before I joined this campaign. What does it mean to him? He didn't choose it specifically because he liked it, but when mouse folk reach a certain age, they get to choose their own name. So I don't know what just Jerry specifically, but he chose something that wasn't his old name. That's all that mattered.
yeah, great. So it sounded like you broke up there on that last part. Did you say that's all that mattered, or did you say something else?
His name is different now. He's someone else, but he's now old. He's now an adult, essentially. Him having a different name.
Am I lagging out there? What about Sakura?
Yeah, I think you might be. Yeah. Sakura's up there. Yeah.
So Sakura's name means cherry blossom. I just like the name. Like usually I put a lot of thought into name meaning. So her surname Sasaki Aki actually means autumn or bright. I think it also has like derivatives of meaning, like also has meanings towards trees, wood kind of stuff. and helpful, if I recall correctly. Yeah, I put a lot of work into my character names. They mean stuff. So, like, although her first name means something quite simple, the surname, means stuff.
Damn, that's cool. I didn't know that about Sasaki. That works really well. What about Seto?
I usually am very fucking shit with names. I can write a story, but I can't write a name. So I had a friend back in the day, and his name was Seto. So just paid homage.
Very nice, very nice. So last time was my god, quite a session. Really should have written a recap for that one. But you guys had basically started after you had gotten past, gotten through some of the void and into that tree where you found a massive eldritch being just waiting for you that you assumed was the future version of June. And she and the future version of Sakura seemed to be sort of facing off for a second, but not actually going against each other in any way. It seemed like they had some sort of understanding between them and explained that they were both different halves of the void, or some of you figured that out at least. As both of them then began to try and offer you deals on ways to get back home and the things that they were after. The Eldritch being told June that there was a tiefling she would like kidnapped from the past, and to which June eventually agreed. But Sakura was wanting something a little bit darker, wanting the heart of Jerry. Well, technically, the Titan's heart that she claimed was within him. And as soon as June headed through the portal, she began to attack Jerry. June, on the other side, found this tiefling in a bar owned by Acquisitions Incorporated, somewhere in Phandalin, where she very quickly grabbed hold of the tiefling, just teleporting him to her, and went straight back through the portal as the other Acquisition Incorporated members started getting up and trying to chase after him. However, instead of popping back out to where the rest of you were, she ended up in Avernus, where they witnessed part of the Blood War, and something had clearly gone wrong with the portal. So on the other side, Sakura opened a new portal, our Sakura, and opened that portal to Avernus to try and save June, just as a bunch of devils started to make their way in towards them. They didn't waste any time there and headed straight back through the portal to find Sakura attacking, well, the Emperor attacking Jerry. She managed to actually grab hold of his heart as Seto and Estrella were trying to stop her, but as she was pulling it right out of Jerry's chest, he finally succumbed to that pain and began to die, but Estrella brought him back, and he triggered his transformation as he was covered in this molten metal that just fought back her hand. As he pulled her hand from his chest, it sealed the wound. And meanwhile, as she'd been doing this, she had opened a new gate somewhere in time based on the heart that she was grabbing a hold of, which Jerry then used the small opening that had appeared to leap through that hole and for June to close the portal behind him. Where he landed and where we find him now, as this portal closes above him, his armor sort of still taking shape into this strange new form that he finds himself in. Jerry, you land in the middle of a battlefield, and on one side of you, you see the familiar form of Lorifax. You see Ekron on the other side, and Tiamat has just landed on this battlefield with you. And we are going to go to you first. What would you like to do?
I'm not sure what this thing away game is supposed. There we go. I'm just walking around. Why can I move? Not move. Yeah, I can. Okay, now I can. Just walk around this part, like lean on it, and then just puke.
As you're puking, you see now the figures around, all of their attention has turned to you, that is just dropped out of nowhere. And you will hear this, as you are retching, you'll hear this cough and a splutter from Archon, who is lying wounded over there near Ekron. And I would like to put it to you, if you would like to actually play Ekron in this scene, you're more than welcome to. I meant to actually ask you beforehand. But if you'd like to get into it, you can. But let's decide now.
I think I'm sticking with Jerry. Just Jerry.
Okay, cool. So then you will see, and just as everything around you is sort of quiet, and you can hear in the distance there is battle going on. And as you kind of glance up, you can see the forms of giants and elementals busy fighting in some great war that you are now starting to actually understand where you have landed. But just putting the pieces together, I'd like you to make a history check, please, to see if you know anything about where you are or who these people around you are.
Well, I've seen Ekron and Lorifax, but maybe not Tiamat.
Yeah, I mean, you would probably, it's not a high DC to recognize them, but also to recognize the war that you've landed in.
Okay, I think it's still delayed a bit. I can roll here on Discord.
Yeah, let's do that for now. I think, are some of you still loading into Foundry?
Okay, now
No,
it's asking
yeah,
me
it is.
normal.
Yeah, well, just be patient. I think this map is quite taxing on the system. Can everyone see, by the way?
Yeah.
Cool. So, oh, sorry, I thought it had rolled, but that was just a stray.
No, almost a natural one, so I got an 8.
Okay, yeah, so you are, that is not important to you right now. You do recognize Tiamat, Ekron, and Lorifax as, but it seems impossible that you are really there. Like, this may be some kind of a vision, but you did jump through a portal, and it's too impossible for you to actually be there. You don't even consider that you could have gone that far back in time. However, as you are looking over this, you will, it feels like the lenses on your helmet are down, and this armor that is around you has been sort of shaping itself and taking its full form for a little while now. And it has just, because all of that happened very quickly, of course, and you now start to see a kind of a heads up display appearing over your eyes. Like, one of your lenses is down, but it is now showing you things you haven't seen before. You can picture, I mean, however you want, but looks kind of like one of those Dragon Ball Z scouters or something like that, where there's text running down a couple of bars that you don't know what they do, and you can see text running down alongside you now, like along the side of the frame. And I'm going to show you what it says here. Hopefully this actually works. Tell me if that shows up.
Nothing yet. Might need to give it a minute.
Okay. Well, as you are kind of seeing this, you'll notice little like crosshairs appearing over each of these people, and kind of seems to be scanning them. But you see it starts immediately flashing red in as well, like it is emitting warnings.
Yeah, okay, now I see it.
Oh, I see it as well.
Hmm.
And yeah, as that text is coming in, I mean, you can all read what that says there, but you will hear the voice of Archon. You will hear him saying, like coughing and spluttering and saying, "Is that a mouse? No, it can't be. My lady, is he one of yours? Is that the same mouse?" And you see the heads of Tiamat looking at you, one of them keeping an eye on Lorifax, and one of them responds to Archon saying, "Not my doing, though my children have grown strong here. A vengeful sacrifice, perhaps, indeed, a strong one."
They are talking out loud, right?
Yeah, you're hearing this. They are speaking in Draconic between the two of them. Do you speak Draconic?
So I don't.
Though I think in this particular situation, actually they just, because they're communicating with Ekron as well, so that this would be in common. You would hear them saying this about you, but Ekron is stepping in and just saying, "You there, soldier? Who do you fight for?"
I just like, turn around, so like my back is to the. It looks like a giant lever.
It is a hammer that it looks like is wielded by something titanic, but
Like, my
yeah.
back with to the hammer, like, grabbing my side and pulling like from my back the red dragon mask.
You will see the head of Tiamat, the red dragon, will sort of nod its head, and you'll hear Lorifax from behind you go, "Could it be? Oh, my dear old friend, I'm so sorry for what they have done to you. If only I could take it all back. They claim I have committed so many crimes that I do not recall. If only I had chosen differently in that other life. Perhaps we might have been spared this war and all of your suffering. Forgive me, young mouse." She's just shouting out, and the dragons are looking at each other.
I just slowly draw my sword and pointed at Lorifax.
You see this, like, they sort of take a step back, and they're clearly trying to assess the situation. And then you can hear Ekron sort of walking closer behind you as he is going to say, "Well, you are in my way, so either stand aside and take up that blade against my enemy, or embrace death here and now."
Just look at Lorifax. I killed you once. I killed you twice. Don't make me make it a third.
You will hear something now, of something deep within you, that you're not sure if it's coming from within or if it's the blade in your hand that is talking to you. And you just hear, "What are you doing? That is not our enemy. This is your chance, Jerry. The Archduke is within reach. And there, the Dragon Queen. It is her blood that commanded the slaughter of your people. And she is his to command. These are the evils that forged your blade to slay. Do not falter. This is your destiny. Fulfill your oath." And you can feel Futsunishi, like, reaching out to you as you're pointing this blade to Lorifax. And I know it has been a long while, but do you remember what the actual oath was that you you made?
Yeah, to kill Tiamat and Ekron, and he will keep like save my people, give them a safe haven. That's
Okay, cool. Just
what I
making sure
remember.
we're on the same page. So, yeah, for Tsunushi's, it's like your enemies are in the opposite direction, and is trying to like plead with you.
Are there like any cracks in this hammer next to me that I can like, shove my sword inside?
Yeah, sure. It does look pretty battle damaged.
I'll just slowly put like half of my sword inside.
What are you doing? Do you care to break your oath? Have you lost your mind? Remember your mission, child. Do not be fooled by their lies.
Pull out my hammer. And you just yell, "Screw you!" Like not even aimed at anyone, like at him, the voice in my head, and try to smash the hammer and destroy it.
And that you do. No roll required. As you smash down on the hammer, there will be this divine burst of energy that just explodes all around you and will just create a crater in the hammer that your sword is in. But you will hear it snap, and just the blade shatters. You have still got that handle in your hand, as you can feel the ground just trembling underneath. Not even the weight of footsteps, but just the very presence of Ekron floating up towards the cart behind you, that immediately starts to just wither and rot away. But he is moving in your direction.
So let me make sure I'm not attuned to the hammer that I have. So not in can I use it as a normal hammer anyway?
Yeah, you just won't get the magical effects that it has. But it's still a hammer. I mean, you can still swing it. Though I will say, as you feel Ekron approaching behind you, you'll feel the like skull just staring down at you through these hollow eyes, and he'll raise a hand and will just say, "You have made a fine choice. Will you join me against this, my mortal enemy?"
I just like pull my head, like take out the, I think it's a maul. Make sure. Yeah, it's a maul, so I'm just holding it in one hand and just dragging it as I make my way forward.
Okay, so are you moving towards Lorify?
Yeah.
All right, you will just sort of notice out of the corner of your eye, he lifts a hand, and you hear this sort of clattering of metal behind you, but you start making your way towards Lorifax, who is just like shaking their head, and they seem frustrated, like angrily so.
That's on them. Well, not much I can do.
Well, in this moment, actually, as you start dragging the maul towards Lorifax, we are going to cut back to the rest of them, the rest of you guys. As all of you that have just seen Jerry leap through the portal have seen Sakura is sort of on her knees after that little fight, after she has just failed to do what she was trying to do. And as we rejoin you now, what is everyone else doing as Jerry has just disappeared?
Yeah. June, as she's finishes casting the spell magic, the tentacles on her face retract, and her skin starts turning back to normal, and she falls into the ground and puts her mask back on, and she's just heavily breathing on the ground.
I will say, when you reform, you will notice that your missing arm is replaced by the Mind Flayer arm that that is the only thing that doesn't actually reform, and it seems like you might be able to do something about that, but it seems like something is wrong there. Like the wound has stopped the transformation somehow.
All right. Oh boy.
DM, how does future Sakura looks like HP wise?
Still pretty good. She's
Okay.
you haven't even gotten her to half yet, I will say. So
What?
you can, if you would like to
Uh,
stay in initiative order, we can. Otherwise, we can come out of initiative, and it depends. Are you still going to try beating up on her? Because she seems kind of defeated now that this portal is closed and a new one has opened.
yeah, there's no point.
DM, do you mind turning me back into June, please? Thank you.
Yeah, I'll do that now. Sorry.
All right, cool, no problem.
No, stay as a mind player.
No, I don't like having tentacles on my face. Thank you very much. I don't want to turn into that thing.
You don't want to Zoidberg it off? What's the matter with you?
Okay, sorry, it's not letting me end the combat, but we'll just be patient with it. What are you guys doing in here? You can just describe.
Yeah, so again, June's just currently on the ground, heavily breathing. She's been on through a lot in the last minute or two.
I want to look at the tiefling.
Yeah, he looks terrified right now. He's staring up at the future version of June, and he's just. You notice that something is like very wrong with him. He seems to be muttering under his breath, and he seems to be having like some sort of panic attack or something. But he's fixated on that creature, and he looks terrified.
Jin, leave the poor boy alone.
I'm currently on the ground, Elias. You ever been to hell? Hell's not a nice place.
Case there's only one thing to do. Grab the Reef Streamer. Grab the Tiefling. Come, no time to explain. Come with us if you want to live, and try to track him through the portal.
Huh.
Wait, what?
Okay, I'm just trying to fix the token first. But is anyone going to try and stop this at all? As yeah, Sakura, the future Sakura, still seems to be giving us a 1,000-mile stare.
I'll just I'll intervene.
Yeah, let's just not be too hasty, eh?
Enough is enough. I never asked for fucking this shit. We made a bargain. We did our part. Let's get
And
the
now-
fuck out of here.
And now we've lost Jerry. Great. Hey, future me, where did that portal lead to that I just shut behind Jerry?
Honestly, your guess is as good as mine. I mean, Sakura was the one trying to open that. The portal I've just opened should lead you to the River Styx, so if Jerry was killed, perhaps you can find his soul there. That is about the best I can offer, but it will lead you home. You guys would have seen through the portal, like you especially, as you were dispelling it. So you would have seen a glimpse of that battlefield before anything happened. yeah, you can give me a retroactive sort of perception check to see if you saw like Lorifax and Ekron, but
Sure thing.
you probably would have just seen this mad battlefield.
It's taking its time to roll.
Yeah, Foundry is struggling tonight.
Let me just roll here. 1d20 plus 10. 1d20 plus 10, right? Yeah. 27.
Okay, yeah, I'll say you got a glimpse of everything that you just saw on the other map for a moment. Maybe not Tiamat herself, but you would have seen the shadow approaching.
Yeah, as I'm just sitting down, just gathering my thoughts, I've been standing up. I've been making a short walk to future Sakura. And I lean down to her and just whisper, where in the world did that portal lead, and why were some of the most powerful beings in the universe there?
It led to the creation of the Titans. I thought that was Jerry's doing, but I don't know what that was. I think that was too far back. It would have worked, though. It would have worked. And yeah, she's just clearly running these things through her head as well.
This has been a day. Right. How are we going to get Jerry back? We can't leave without him.
Oh, sorry. Were you going to respond?
Oh no. I was just thinking.
The Eldritch June will say, for that, you will need the Tiefling. When William knew him in his later years, he was somewhat of a master of time travel. And I get the impression that his teacher is in this room with us right now. I'm not sure which one it is, but it's one of you. And the sort of tentacles just gesture to both Sakuras.
Where did you take him from?
All I remember was it's some tavern in the middle of nowhere.
And that is all you really need to know. It is another world that has been connected to the world you know before, but that was a long, long time ago. It is best not to dwell on it. Your mortal minds cannot handle it just yet.
That portal over there, and I point to the portal to the south, that leads us back home, yes?
Yes, there will be boats on the other side, and perhaps a guide as well, if the fates are kind to you. But be wary, do not touch the water. The waters of the Styx can be cruel, to say the least.
What was through the portal, June?
Some sort of battle. Saw Lorifax. Saw the Lord of Hells. And I'm pretty sure I saw the big five-headed dragon known as Tiamat.
So when she says this, you can all make a history check to see if you know what war she's, or what battle she's talking about.
Yeah, I'll make it as well.
Yeah, including you.
Hey Sakura, are you here?
I rolled 11 on D&D Beyond.
In case you don't know, Sakura, you're muted.
Yeah, sorry, in a bad space tonight. History. No, it's not.
I'm still trying to get June's token.
He's cursed to forever be a mind flayer.
I mean, I can be this one, and I can't actually change my token anymore.
I'm nearly there. I've just there's a lot of options. It's very slow tonight. Sorry.
I think this is the first time I've ever seen Sakura whiff on an intelligence check.
Look, but it doesn't mean that she's not smart. It just means she's got other stuff on her mind, you know, like the fact that our friend is a mind flayer, the thing that killed her.
Well, not only that, but when they're busy, when Estrella starts saying, trying to take the tiefling and run, she is going to sort of just slightly turn her head and send a telepathic message to you, Sakura, and say that tiefling killed our Oji-san, or at least he will. He's a murderer. Do not trust him.
Sakura suddenly just looks very sad and looks towards this tiefling with a strange look. Do you have anything against old men?
What? No? Who the fuck are you people? Are you drawn? Is this... Are you the mind flayer from before? And you see he's seriously panicking. This guy does not seem like he would be able to even take Oji-san on, let alone any kind of murderer.
Yeah, what makes you so important that we had to go through, well, made me go through one hellish trip to take you away from wherever you were? I'm not afraid of killing people, or anything like that, but what makes you so important?
Are you asking the tiefling?
Yeah, I'm asking people.
Yeah, he's just looking at you with this bewildered look like, I don't know. You just fucking came into our bar and grabbed me. My friends are going to find me, you know. Acquisitions Incorporated is very well connected, and Omen can get into places like this. And he's looking around now for the first time, trying to figure out where he actually is. Wait, and was that a Vernus? Why did you grab me?
Christ, look at the boy. He's shitting himself. I'll just sort of walk up, just turn him around so he's not really looking at anyone. What's your name?
Indra Kai.
I give my hand and just Elias, hold it.
Pleasure to meet you, Mr. Elder, but can you explain to me where the fuck we are, what is going on? That thing is that real? And he's pointing up at the future June.
Yes, it's strange. Don't worry. I'm trying to figure out myself. So let's start with the simplest side. Where are you from?
That's a complicated question.
I think it's better to ask him what year is he from? Elias?
Yeah. What year are you from?
That is a good question, and I have no idea because that he will tell you though that he will tell you a year, but you will all recognize that that doesn't make any sense. Like it's not a year. You know that you come from 532 EC, right? That's when you left,
Mhm.
and what he says is a Faerun year, and it is quite obvious that it's not from your same calendar.
Okay. What land are you from?
Yeah, what
I'm
realm?
I'm from Phandalin in Faerun. You were just in my tavern. That was the Cat's Eye Tavern. Listen, I I've been in some crazy situations before, but this is a new one for me. You people are all dressed like my masters were. Are you from the monastery?
The what? I mean, there's
I
monsters back home, but I'm not
Mind
from
Flayer,
them.
you're shut up. Well, Indra, I believe we might be from different worlds. I can't say I've ever heard of Faerun. So,
And you guys often just open portals that you don't know where they're going. I mean, and as he's
Actually, yes.
starting to get a little bit more like confident in his bewilderment, but then he notices the Sakura. He notices you, like present Sakura, and he notices the thing that you were just using to cast those high level spells.
Yes.
He says, How did you get that?"
Well, I kind of stole it from my mom.
Didn't you kill them, Mom?
Yeah, but to be fair, she was trying to kill us. She wasn't a very nice lady.
She was kind of a bitch, yeah.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Oh fuck, we still need to get back my library.
Yeah, the floating castle thing. Yeah, don't worry about it. Let's continue interrogating the tiefling here. So, what the hell is Acquisitions Incorporated? Tell me about that. I've never heard of that before. Have I heard of that before? DM.
You can make another history check. The Acquisitions Incorporated gets around.
Out of character, Matt, you just cockblocked Sakura from knowing about her past. Elastic High. You just sidetracked him. Now he won't be like, oh, I have a friend who has that, you know? Oh, shit.
No, that you've definitely never heard of Acquisitions Inc. I mean, other than what the name implies, yeah, you have no idea, and the sort of signs, the tapestries you saw in that tavern for a second, but he will just say, "Oh well, we are whatever you need. If the coin is right," and he'll sort of pull a shaking still. He'll pull a business card from his from his robes and just hand one out to you. But he's turns his attention to Sakura again immediately, saying, You're not supposed to have that. No one's supposed to have that. It's all put together that we just kind of made an oath to make sure that no one ever did that. So who was your mother exactly? You please tell me you're not Drawn.
I'm not what?
You're not one Drawn from Drawn Enterprises. You don't You sure you don't know anything about the... Okay, so who the hell are you people then? And he looks back at the eldritch thing behind him and then just like shakes his head like, I can't even fucking deal with that right.
Well-
She just looks at him and says, Sakura Sasaki?
Yeah, we're samurai. Jin just gives a
I
thumbs
do
up.
have this scroll, though. I can't remember where I got it, but apparently it's about one of my ancestors. And she gives him the Master Kai scroll. I don't actually know what's on it. I just have it saved as the Master Kai scroll.
Yeah, geez, I'm not even sure. So, but yeah, he'll respond to the word Master Kai. Yes, that's my name. That was my master. But Master Kai has been dead a long time. I mean, because when he died is when I joined Acquisitions Incorporated. How? So wait, hold on. You're from a different world. So this is this a different world?
I think this is a different plane, and I just like look towards the rest of the party.
Can I roll like an
Nope.
Arcana check to see what exactly this is a different of? It's a different world, different planes.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, I mean, I'd say you have advantage on this as well, but you can roll that if you... Okay. Yeah, the 21 is good enough for you to know you are in the void. You are currently standing on a branch of what they have called the World Tree. You've heard it called Yggdrasil, and you were walking along the branches of that is what made up that forest you were walking through. But you are in the astral sea. It is all kind of melded together in the place that you are in because you are in a different dimension, would be the term. You are traveling through time in a not in the way that you usually do just by existing through it, but you are actually on the river, so to speak. There is that portal that you can see actually goes to the river Styx, which is basically like the roots of the tree that you are standing on top of. And this is the first time you've really gotten to actually experience it properly yourself. But where you are standing now, that new portal that is opened, what you can see beyond it is strangely familiar to when you were reincarnated. It's like it's life, death, and time all melded together into one river that grows into this tree, and that is where you are.
She just looks at him and nods and says, "It's complicated."
Yeah. But she says that, don't even bother asking for a more bigger answer.
Yeah, chances are it will completely fry your brain.
Or just be
He-
very boring.
That too.
He just like he has a solemn look on his face as you say it'll fry your brain, and he says, "I think maybe I do actually understand this. This is time travel, isn't it? You've pulled me out of my time.
Well,
This is not the first time this has happened to me. I knew I recognized you when I was a child. My parents... Shit. William." And at this point is the first time Indra recognizes who William actually was and realizes that he was the one to get him into mapping because that's how they escaped hell. He says that where we just went, that all my friends are there as well. And he turns like panicked, looking between all of you. But Eldritch June will respond and say, "Yes, your friends are running through Avernus right now, trying to open a gate. And when they do, our forces will finally be able to leave the Far Realm and enter Avernus without issue. Now, This has already happened a long, long time ago, and none of us would be here. But Indra, old friend, I must thank you. It has all gone so well. And as it speaks, the voice will change to that of Williams, as it doesn't sound like June anymore, as it has done for the last while. That is Williams' voice as you heard it on the boat, or maybe in that room, June. And Indra looks up at it, very fucking confused.
And June just looks and says, "Oh, that voice sounds familiar. Is that new?"
It is but one, and you will hear that echo from like 100 different voices. You hear in there, meta-wise, you would hear a lot of voices that you, Matt, would know better than anyone, as there are a couple of strange connections. You hear Alicia, you hear William, and you hear yourself, June, clearest of all. But it seems like there are many voices, and that could just be a changeling thing that this creature has retained, or this may be something far beyond your comprehension.
Player me has made so many goddamn connections. I'm going crazy right now.
Yeah, this is the point where player and character start to pull apart. And the voice will say, I am less myself now than I am usually, but this is a unique spectacle to see. Perhaps you should follow them through the gate. I'm sure there is much to learn in Kiga for you, and for all of you as well. And that gate just sort of glows as this Eldritch June seems to be like offering you a way out before Sakura, the Emperor, has really reacted.
Sorry, you're going to take him from his time and sick him on us?
You can leave him here. He will find a teacher, but we have closed the loops that needed to be closed. What happens next remains to be seen.
So yeah, let's fuck our timeline like we fucked theirs. That's a great fucking idea.
I think the
Set
timeline
us
is
as
already
well being
really fucked
smoked.
right now.
I know. Set us just smoking pipes, so he's like fucking out of his mind anyways.
Well, Mr. Indra, was it? I think we've all just been had by me. I don't know whether to be annoyed or very proud of myself. Her? That thing? I don't even know anymore. I don't know how we're gonna get Jerry back though. That's the next issue.
I think there's nothing we can do for him if you saw everyone you saw. Let's just hope he finds a way, I suppose. Let's leave it at that.
You would know that Sakura was just the Emperor was trying to use Jerry's heart as like a component for that spell, and the only other place you would be able to find things of Jerry's is back, like in your time, or to go further back in time, like before you left Kiga. But at that point, I think everyone's in agreement that time travel's a bad idea.
So, option one, go back to our time, bring future Sakura with to find a piece of Jerry or something that belonged to Jerry and use that as spell component to go back to where he is and rescue him. Possibly mess up the time even more. Or option two, go back to our time and hope this doesn't bite us in the ass in the future and leave Jerry to whatever fate he might have. Honestly, both options are not great.
I think it best that the Empress doesn't come back with us.
Yeah, that's probably gonna mess up time way more.
Well, not even that. Just, I think she's done enough.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't return this one back to his own time, his own place. I sort of like look at the eyes.
We could, in fact. The ball has already begun to roll, but to be fair, where he goes next, I would leave up to him. This has gotten messy enough as it is. And the tiefling will just look at you, Elias, and go, honestly, you seem like the only sane one here. I'll stick with you if that's cool, but don't. I just
Stick with me. If you stick
Yes?
with me, you're going to go to a completely new world. You're going to know no one or nothing there. You're going to leave everyone you knew behind. Are you really sure?
Well, I mean, what am I? Or stay here in exactly the same situation?
He just
He's
said
got a
you
point.
could go back.
But he also just said that my friends are in hell. So if I go back, they're gone as. Oh shit! And then he's still putting the pieces together himself, and he goes, "Wait, wait, this is all happened already. This is when we left when I was a child. When we came back, I never saw any of my friends again, but Master Kai," and he points back at you, Sakura, and says, "No, I need to stay. I need to come with you. I need to figure out what the hell this is, how you got that. Who did you say your mother was?"
Anaki? Sasaki?
He just shrugs and then looks back at you, Elias, like, "I don't fucking know, bro." But there's clearly, he's like, a lot of his backstory seems to be connected to you guys, and he seems intent on figuring it out, and doesn't seem to think that going back would take him back to his friends. So, yeah, you've got the option of either leaving him here and he can sort that out with the Emperor and future June, or you can take him with you. It's up to you guys.
Mm,
Are you sure you don't want to go back, or you don't want to stay here?
Honestly, I have no idea, man. I was just celebrating with my friends 5 minutes ago, and now I think they might have been my childhood heroes. So if that had something to do with you guys, and you say you're all samurai, he like gestures to his own outfit, and he kind of looks like he was dressed in Kiga. Like he looks like he would fit in Kiga pretty well. He goes, "I think I might actually have learned some things from your world before. I know it sounds strange, but Master Kai used to tell stories about uh, another land, which I always assumed was just like on the other side of the ocean. But looking at all of you, I'm not so sure."
Hmm. Perhaps across the oceans of time and space. Anyway, we have books and information we can sift through back home, and I don't think standing around here is going to solve anything. So I think it's best we get going.
All right.
Sasaki telepathically contacts her future self and asks, "How does he kill Oji-san?"
I don't know, but he was the only one there when I found him. But he was much older. This one's just a boy. I don't know. I keep fucking this up. How does this keep happening? And she seems at this point like deliriously like disheartened, and I mean, pardon the pun, but she's just on her knees, like completely defeated at this point.
Well, this has been a day for all of us.
It has been a day. Okay. So later, future June, you're great. Later, future Sakura. Don't know how I feel about you. You're not a great person. Anyway, bye, sweet godly people. And then June's gonna step through the portal.
She just like looks up at you with a glare as you're going through the portal, and you can, Seto, you especially with your alertness, can hear her sort of mumbling under her breath, just saying, "You just fucking created the Titans. It was you. It was us." And she like, you hear her starting to laugh, just her eyes going like blank again, and yeah, June, you can step through the portal.
My bad.
I'll just say to Tiefling, if you're sure, and just go and walk through the portal.
He'll look at you, Astrea, and be like, "Okay, I guess that settles that. Shall we? You look friendly enough."
Yes. Walk. Oh. Oh, shoot.
Okay. Z is sort of standing at the portal as Astrea and Indra run through it. Sakura and Seto, are you guys doing anything here, or are you joining?
Mm, Bows towards the future thems. And then looks at Seto and with like a you should keep going kind of look.
Yeah. So it'll just pack his shit and start walking without giving too much attention to either of Sakura's, and just walk through a portal.
Okay. So, as you leave the two of them here in this room, I will move you guys through. Are you guys able to move your tokens through the portal?
Yeah.
Indeed. Took a while to load though.
No, I mean
It
Seto
was
and
instant.
Sakura.
I can't load into Foundry at all. I'm on the stream today. Like, it doesn't allow me at all to load.
Fancy stuff.
Yeah, I didn't have a token, so can you move me as well, so I'll see it?
Did. Yeah, okay. It was just the map from last time so far, but I will. It's taking its time for me as well. But if you guys can see on the other side there, as you step through, you will step through a gateway out into like a small set of stairs into, it seems like a cavern, like it seems like you are in some sort of tunnel, and there is water ahead of you that is reflecting starlight. Even though there is a cavern ceiling above you, it is reflecting the stars clearer than you've ever seen, and the water is almost imperceptible, except for the fact that there are two long ships sort of floating on it that look, I mean, pretty rough to say the least. I will give more of a description when I can actually get everyone through the portal. But what would you guys like to do as you all step through that gate?
So just walk to the end and just have like a moment, just look out.
Yeah, Gina's just kind of staring off into the distance, not particularly looking at everything, but I guess she has her mask on now, but if she didn't have it on, she'd have more of this kind of dead look to her.
Oh, Sakura, how did you end up back on the other map? Did you walk
I
back
don't know.
through the door?
I'm back on this map again.
Have you got a token here, though?
Yep.
Okay, cool. That's all. Okay, so yeah, as you step out here, you'll see these boats available to you. That this seems to be the River Styx.
Wonder what happened if you touch the water.
Do it.
I wouldn't recommend it. Indra says it is pretty famously a bad idea to touch the waters of the River Styx. I think it wipes your memory. It has a lot of nasty effects, but I don't know. Usually, a mortal soul can't go near it.
I mean, wiping our memory wouldn't be a bad idea right now, considering everything.
Well, it might also make you like grow horns and tentacles out of your ears or something. So I'd just try smoking some weed. At all, but whatever, you know. So you guys have got, yeah, it's quite a trippy thing, Elias, as you sort of look over the side, because you can definitely, you're looking down, but you can see the stars, and the gravity is working normally now again. You're just standing on the edge of this thing. So yeah, you see those boats. You can see there are a couple of skulls inside the boats, and you now realize that these boats may actually be made of bone. There is definitely wood in there as well, but it seems like the structure of the boat is actually made out of bone.
What's it again? 2 gold coins. The
2 silver coins.
that's it.
Z will say, I don't see any ferrymen, but the hell is that? And Estrella, I would like you to please make a religion check with advantage. As everyone else, if you would like to make a perception check, you can, as Z's pointing down the tunnel.
What's up with the hooray? Alright, the net 20.
It's like this
That
option for the
golden
confetti. But
baby elephants.
just like meh option.
I want to call that thing cute, but I'm worried it's gonna turn out to be like the embodiment of death.
So fluttering towards you over the waters, you do see this little golden elephant that with weird looking eyes, like not quite an elephant, but something like it, as it is flying towards you. And Estrella, you will instantly recognize who this is. As you may have seen them in visions, but this is your first time actually meeting them, and they seem to be flying towards you excitedly.
I still remember when I attended that one session and you had the voice changer for.
Hi, I'm Lulu. Estrella? Is that you?
Is that
So we meet.
flying elephant?
Well, I've been waiting a long time to meet you. Hi, I'm gonna guide you. I was hoping to be here a little earlier, so how's everyone doing?
Why is this the craziest thing I've seen all day? You know what? I'm just gonna accept it. I'm gonna get into the boat and I'm going to have a mental breakdown. So, yeah, and she just steps into the boat and looks the other way.
Dude, I'm crying.
Okay, please keep all your limbs inside the vehicle at all times. Do not touch the water and be careful of the stick serpents. They're real crazy this time. Everyone ready to go? Just grab an oar and we can set off.
Going crazy, right? Everybody's seeing this, right?
Sakura nods. Oh, this party has just gone through so much shit that they just see a golden polyphant and are just like, you know what, this isn't the worst we've seen today. Let's just follow its instructions and then get into the boat.
Today's been a lot, alright?
Okay, I am going to try and get everyone else into the other boat, but it's looking like Sakura, June, and Elias in one, and then Seto, Estrella. Well, Seto, which one are you going in? Because Indra and Z seem to be getting into the one with Estrella there on the other side.
Sure, I'll go with you.
Cool. Okay. I'm thinking I should actually just mount you guys to these boats because it is very slow.
Estrella, no manipulating the new addition to the party.
Okay, there we go. Looks like everyone's in boats. So, who's grabbing an oar? You will see that there are a number of them that look like they are just large bones at first, but then you realize that one side flattens out into a paddle, and yeah, looks like an oar bone.
Yeah, of course. Take an oar.
Okay, follow me.
Okay, I'll just actually move the whole thing so that we don't, you guys don't jump out of the boats. And you
Like
all,
Batman in The Sims.
I'd like you all to make an athletics check for me, please, as you start rowing through what seems like space underneath you, but as you touch it, you see it ripple like it is just the surface of water.
I am not a strong man.
I see Elias
all the
fading out. Like, wait,
all
I
the
want to see
non-
Sakura.
Oh shit, I have the exhaustion as well. Fuck. See if I roll in that one.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. Yeah.
Fill off so hard if Sakura messes up her check and she's just watching for a few refails. Like, this is how you roll, and then she just immediately turns into an Olympic rower.
I'm wondering why my rolls aren't coming through.
Yeah, it's just lagging.
Okay.
It's eaten.
Yeah, it is ridiculously slow tonight. Sorry.
Well,
but
27.
Oh, there you go. There's all the rolls. Sakura got a 17, actually. Not bad.
Oh wow. At disadvantage.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. Yeah, so you guys don't have too much trouble, as it is. It's a little bit like you get a bit of vertigo as you kind of look over the edge, but as a group, you all manage to row these boats down the River Styx and down this tunnel that just seems to go on forever and ever and ever. At which point we are going to yeah, you guys can actually, oh, you can step through the portal. My bad. You can step through, and then we will switch over to Jerry again.
Oh shit, our boat's disappeared. The floor is lava, guys.
Protection from water.
Are there no? Wait, are there no boats on the next map?
No.
No.
Hurriedly flicks her buckets so she doesn't just
Wait a second.
use
I
her mouth.
recognize those. The tree shot.
Oh shit.
Yeah, we'll go to that map first before. But as you guys are sailing, you will now start to see that there are some creatures floating around on the shores of this river that are just drifting, and some of them seem like they might be ghosts, some just like some long forgotten sort of creatures. Oh, okay, that's why I just, the boats are invisible, that's all. Because if I brought them through, they'd go tiny like that. So you can move yourself into the boats as they become visible. Not the ones all the way on the left, obviously. There'll be properly sized ones.
It's Such. Okay. Astrea, get to your right boat. Yeah.
This is a fucking mess.
Good lord. This is so slow. Okay, everyone's in the boat.
A boat. Not.
Okay, and with that, oh man, I don't even want to click the. Actually, with the speed of all the, oh no, we do need to go. Never mind. So as you guys are rowing out here and you see these creatures, are you going to be taking a like trying to be stealthy about this, or are you just rowing, following the little elephant who, to be fair, is glowing?
Probably keep with the elephant. Seems to know what it's doing.
Trust in the elephant we do.
All right. Well, as you are going and you're just following along, yeah, the boat with that Elias is in, you guys will feel the boat just like shift as something bumps it from underneath, but you still just see the reflection of stars. And with that, we will go back to Jerry. As Jerry, you are currently making your way towards Lorifax with a maul dragging behind you, and yeah, there's some stuff going on behind you. But what would you like?
I'll start pulling the sky remove and use items while I walk forward.
Okay, what you're eating a wheel of cheese?
I wish. I'll just use the
Course, Jerry
potion
wishes.
of greater healing.
Okay, very nice. Yeah, just pop the cork and chugging it with one hand. Oh, there was actually something that I forgot to say. What I wanted to add with your transformations is actually that when you make your transformations, you guys will be able to roll your hit dice and add them as temporary hit points. So you do get like a bit of a second health pool, because otherwise, if you only go into it at like
Yeah.
2 hit points, it's pretty pointless. But yeah, 12 back there. And then I'll say you can roll your. You can. Or maybe we'll say that you guys are figuring that out now, because these are still the first transformations that you guys have actually taken. Wait, how did he change back?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe because I healed. Or something. I don't know.
That's annoying. Okay. Well, as you're walking, yeah, you got your health back.
And like I'll split it into action and bonus action. Then I'll grow large with my giant might. It doesn't let me select Jerry. Okay, there we go. Oh man, the macros don't work anymore.
Yeah, those macros are old. I'll make you laugh.
Very low again.
Hi, Lulu. I didn't know you were here.
Little laughing is even worse.
I love it.
Fuck's sake! Every time you laugh randomly, I'm like, oh, the voice changed. It's always going to be something.
The fuck?
Yes, I'll keep using items moving forward unless someone is stopping me. Like it's an action bonus action. If they're doing anything, I'll use another action bonus action.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Things are quite slow on the side. So as you kind of growing to match them, you'll see the armor sort of unfolding as you're transforming into like something bigger, and there's more sort of mechanical pieces of armor growing from that molten metal. As yeah, I'd say you'd be able to use one as you're walking slowly, but what else are you trying to use? Is another potion?
Yes, they the less what is it called? Like less. It's a worst case scenario potion.
Okay, well, I don't think you'll have time to chug everything and
Yeah,
do the
that's
whole
why
transformation.
that's why I'm
So
asking.
as you can keep that one in your pocket, but you've managed to, I'll say you'd managed to get up to them while doing that.
Okay.
So yeah, the transformation and the healing potion on that one, and then you get up to them. Are you going to try and do anything as, or are you going straight for the other potion?
Yeah,
Like
I'll
you're face
definitely
to
go.
face with this creature. Sorry.
Yeah, I'll definitely go for the other potion. Unless he's trying to stop me or anything. Just chug it in front of him, staring at him.
Yeah, I mean, right now he's not really sure. He's like just tilting its head, looking at you, trying to figure out what the fuck you're doing. You're just walking at him and drinking aggressively. So he's like, you've grown to match his size, but this you're still getting those warnings of threat detected, threat detected.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the potion is not on Foundry or D&D Beyond, but I know we got it from the slavers. It's the Beast Serum.
What do you mean it's not on any of these things? Has it just been removed from your?
I have no idea. I definitely remember that we found more in this when we attacked the slavers, the orcs.
3.
The cursed beast serum.
Yeah,
Is that
yeah.
one? Okay, yeah, it probably just got deleted then. Unless, are you sure you were the one hanging on to it?
I'm definitely the one hanging on to them.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so you become, so you fully match then. So you go to huge.
Correct.
Okay. Yeah, I'll try post that in the chat. I don't know how to do that.
And unfortunately, it's the normal one, so all I get is being huge. Essentially.
Okay, so yeah, Lorifax will sort of watch you transform, like in a very sort of respectful anime kind of like show me your true form moment as you just unfurl this power, and the like Mecha Jerry becomes a thing here as you this armor, and from the armor you are able to fly as it is kind of expanding out behind you. You grow to this huge creature, now actually standing a bit taller than Lorifax was, as this golden masked individual is looking up at you, and you can hear the cries of battle in the distance. What else are you doing?
Attacking.
All right, make an attack roll. As Lorifax, it has been multiple turns by this point. I'm not just letting Jerry do a million things. Lorifax just hasn't reacted; is just watching it happen. yeah, and as you make this attack, see what happens.
Okay, I have to do it like that because standard roll wouldn't work. They are targeted. Will it actually hit? It's Lorifax. It hits Lorifax, right?
It does, yeah. It's not showing a roll, but it does hit.
Yeah, it does say hit. And I'll Divine Smite it. My less second level spell slot.
Okay. As you try to cast your Divine Smite, you will not feel the connection to Futsunishi after you've just broken that blade. And as you try and utter the Divine Smite, there is no power there to be granted to you, as after you broke that blade, you have now technically become an Oathbreaker.
Cool. Normal swing. Okay, just reduce the damage automatically, I see.
Yeah, that's cool. It has, I don't know why it's not showing up, but it's just given up showing us the rolls. But yeah, you did 16 points of damage there.
I swing again. Oh, almost natural 20. Now it shows the attack.
Where was the natural 20?
No, it was almost a natural 20. It
Oh.
was laying on 20, then moved to the 8.
Okay, yeah, nice. 13 on that one. As you are trying to use that Divine Smite, would you like to try and reach out to something else for this power, or are you just realizing, oh shit, Futsunishi is not backing me up anymore?
I'll try to reach for Primus, but I don't think he has anything else to give me. But I'll try.
You'll see in your heads-up display a little blinking symbol, and it looks like an eye, but you don't know what it means. It definitely didn't do a Divine Smite. So is that all you're going to do on your turn?
If I have an entire turn, I guess I'll rage as a bonus action.
Okay, yeah. It will be a full turn. So as you go into a rage and just you smack Lorifax twice just across the face on that stupid golden mask, you'll see it just clink off both times and not a scratch left on the mask, but it just turns back to look at you. And this is not like you faced Lorifax the other times. Like there's something different this time. But as you see that blinking light, you're going to just hear this horrible screeching sound as some new kind of portal opens. You think it may be another one like you came through, but then you just hear this metallic sound flying towards you as something appears in the sky from this portal, and a Marut is going to appear. One day.
Oh.
As you see this blazing ball of metal come flying through the portal, and like a meteor coming from the sky, just crashes down into the ground behind you. As you see, even Tiamat takes a step back as it sort of crashes right in front of Ekron and just rises up even bigger than you, even in this massive form that you have. There's like, this is an almost a similar mech to what you have become here. and you will see as it lands, its body like moves quite robotically and rotates independently of the rest of it as it turns slowly to face you, and it says defiance of natural time detected, time threat targeted, neutralizing. And a massive fist is going to come flying from through the air behind you. I really hope I didn't press the voice changer there. Because I just realized. But this Titan comes in and it's just like, hello. So you see it is trying to punch, and as soon as you've realized that it's coming in, you turn and look and you see the fist is coming straight towards you, Jerry.
Oh man.
Are you going to try and do anything to stop it?
As a reaction, you mean?
Yeah, just I mean, this. Don't worry about the mechanics, but just roleplay wise, are you trying to do anything as you notice this giant machine land and immediately try and slam you?
I use my commanding voice and tell it to stop.
All right, as you try and tell it this, you will see that the fist flying in. Now, a marrow hits automatically. It's just a thing.
Oh man.
However, as you say stop, you will see a bunch of text coming up in your heads-up display, and you will see this. It's so hard to reveal things at this speed. You see new text showing up there saying attack incoming, deploying security signal, and you'll see the Marrowed going error. Override, Lord Primus, I am sorry. Verdict reached, treason, sentencing. And it is going to turn that fist around as it stands up, and it grabs its own eyeball and rips it from its own head, instantly killing itself and deactivating as it just, you see the body power down and just go limp. And then you will see that little targeting system on your heads up immediately like scan over it and then target the hole that is left from the eye it has just ripped out, as it says control node marked. Proceed with integration to begin Titan construction.
What the fuck was that?
Even Tiamat is going, did that fucking thing just kill itself? What the hell?
What now? Turn order or I'm trying to figure out what's going on.
Yeah, you're the only player in the scene, so there's no point rolling. Like, I'm not going to go through all of their turns one by one. So as everyone's, the forces of hell are kind of watching you run forward and attack Lorifax, but then this thing just crashed down from the sky, and as you kind of look around to see what's going on with them, you will see that it might have actually hurt them. There was like an explosion when it landed of this energy that didn't didn't affect. Oh my god, sorry. That didn't affect you, but seemed to affect Ekron and Tiamat at least. But yeah, then it ripped its own eye out and is now standing there dead. And there is a hole where its eye was, just this huge hole in its frame. The token doesn't exactly do it justice, but the portrait should help you understand.
Yeah. Just look at Lorifax and then at the giant mech. Oh,
Friend of yours?
no idea. No, just go closer to him. And I guess enter it.
Okay. All right. So are you going to try and fly into the hole?
Yeah.
Okay. So as you fly up, you like see that targeting system that seems to be targeting that spot, and as you kind of fly in towards it, the armor will immediately begin to kind of reshape, and you will see a progress bar appear saying initializing, and it will start to mold around you, but it seems to that the massive form that you have taken on now seems to start melding into the mech beneath it to give itself even more mass as you feel yourself gaining control of this creature, and the system slowly begin to restart as you are now sort of hanging from it. You can feel your actual like mouse body is just hanging between like strings of metal attached to the armor that you're wearing, but it is now connected to all of this, and you have, yeah, that says construction complete, as you have created the first Titan, essentially, in a way. Yeah, this is not how I expected things to go. So this thing comes back to full health as you are now, it is now reactivated and you are in control of it, and I'll mount you to it and then give you control.
So now I'm using his stat block essentially.
You have both. You can use either or, but the Merit has got some like class features that, well, some features that you can use. I would recommend maybe just look it up on D&D Beyond. Actually, just look up a Merit and
Okay.
you can see what you can do. Because we will finalize what the Titan would be that you are creating here, but Foundry's really not on our side tonight.
Okay, I see.
Meanwhile, the rest of you rowing down the river Styx, just following this tiny little elephant. Is as this transformation's happening, are any of you saying anything to each other while you row?
Oh,
Just kind of
them, okay.
taking in the scenery.
If June's at the end of her rope right now, she's literally just staring off into the distance, not really paying attention to everybody else.
Fair enough. Okay, the systems are not really working. But have you got that on D&D Beyond there, Jerry?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So you have got those abilities as well as the stuff you usually have, but you are essentially in a gargantuan titanic body.
Dope. So, where were we?
Lorifax sort of chuckles and goes, "Right then, are you done? Shall we get started?" And is going to start like just raising up into the air as Ekron kind of floats up behind you, Jerry, and now you, Ekron, and Tiamat are just facing down Lorifax, who is just chuckling lightly. What are you going to do?
Charge!
Yeah. So what ability are you going to use as you launch forwards towards it?
I'll use Unerring Slam. And hit it automatically.
All right. Yeah. As you. Yeah, that is an automatic hit as you deal about what is it, like 60 points of damage. You will see.
Yeah.
You'll see Lorifax lift an arm and just like block the strike, taking the impact, but you feel that one strike not enough. Like this is you're punching a god right here, but you're definitely fucking hitting it, and Lorifax is having to block these strikes as you just start going ham. Are you just making one attack there? You have got all of those features as you would. The features are charged as well.
Can I like replacing one of the attacks with the feature, or does it have to be
You
instead
get the you get the feature as well. So with the multi attack and then the feature.
Okay, then I'll smack him again.
Boom, that's 120.
And Blazing Edict needs to make a Wisdom save. He takes 45 Radiant and then needs to make a Wisdom save. DC 20.
Sorry, it's just taking a long time.
Yeah, it's okay.
As these punches are coming in and you just blocking the strikes, you'll see Lorifax like laughing and just going like, now this is more like it. You'll do nicely. As she gets a critical on the wisdom save, and what is that? What is the effect of that one? Is that the explosion?
Yeah, 45 Radiant. Not immediately, but that's it. Because she succeeded.
Okay, yeah, that is the same as the effect before. I think that goes up quite a bit, but you'll see those slams and smashes coming in, and yeah, that is going to start to do some damage.
Yeah.
Missed that one. All right, cool. So as you'll see, this is now actually starting to press Lorifax. Lorifax is going to rend reality.
So just making sure me and the Moron are essentially one.
Yeah, you are controlling this thing completely. You are in a giant mech suit, essentially.
Okay.
And as you are, yeah, you're like in a fucking Gundam sized, like this thing is ridiculously huge. It's hard to tell on this map because everything here is pretty big, but as you are just laying into Lorifax, they are going to try and do something. As I need you to please make a Constitution saving throw using your stats, not the Marut.
Yep.
But that is a DC 22 con save.
Oh no. Can I use this legendary resistance?
No, that is the one thing that you don't get if you're using a monster. I took those away from Australia as well. So
Wait, let me make sure of something. If it works also on saves. Actually, I don't think it will help me.
Is it the magical
Spirit.
resistance?
Does that include your aura, that con save?
Yeah, it does. I don't have a very high con.
Okay, so
but
that's
I
all
have
right.
a on the roll because of the merit, unless I also don't have the magic resistance.
No, you'd have all that. It's just the legendary resistances that kind of it breaks down if players get those.
Okay, so I'll roll once again. Yeah.
Oh, nice. There we go. Okay, so you will take half damage on that, and you do not take a level of exhaustion.
Thank God.
It's
So
12
do I,
points damage.
do I take HP from myself off? Or
Yeah, for now, it's just that you've got the strength of the merit, but the rest of the stats are your own. It is just an extension of that form you've already taken.
so 12.
So the AC it's going for is also your AC, I think, which is higher.
It's 22 at the moment.
I think, is that the same as the merit?
I'll check in a second. 29.
I think it might be, but yeah. So anyway, it is coming off of your hit points, but it is force damage. I'm not sure if you are resistant to that, as
Yeah.
that is at the end of your turn. That is the legendary reactions that Lorifax is taking, and then is going to just continue fighting as they take the as they sort of rend this. You will see they try and pull some of this metal off of you, but there are just sparks and things, and then they start summoning an eyeball behind them that just starts to apparate into the air. But it'll take us back to you as like Ekron and Tiamat are sort of backing you up in this moment. But it is your turn again.
I'll roll to see if I got the thing back. No?
Okay, I'm just making you invisible so we can.
Yeah, it keeps, whenever I'm changing my health, it moves me back to my previous form.
Are you changing it on Foundry or D&D Beyond?
Foundry.
Oh, it's weird. I don't know why. Okay,
Yeah,
but
punch it
anyway,
twice.
okay, you make 2 more punches, another 120, and yeah, you're just wailing on this creature, but you can tell that this is a god you are punching. You're not entirely sure how much punching is going to do, even though you are a Marut. You can like, you're not feeling any life force leaving the creature you're hitting. It is just like punching Superman, but you are definitely hitting and doing damage. So if you would like to roll the damage for those hits, you can. Otherwise, we'll just take the 60, because I'm not sure there is a roll.
Just a straight up 60.
Okay, yeah, cool. So another 120 there as you smash down twice more.
Yeah, since I'm raging, I don't have anything else I can do. Yeah, that's me.
You've still got the merit things if you want to try and roll to see if they recharge.
I did. I failed. I got a 1.
Okay. Isn't the other one
The other one, casting plane shift.
Yeah, but that's a skill. That's not you're not casting a spell. That's a very specific thing to the merit. I think on Foundry it might show up as a plane shift, but I thought you were looking at it on D&D Beyond.
Yeah, yeah. I have Blazing Edict, which is the radiant damage, plane shift, and the slam. I don't have anything else.
Okay. It does. Oh, it's just called plane shift. It's not not a spell plane shift.
No,
Okay.
he's casting plane shift, but the feature is called plane shift as well.
Okay, yeah, that's why I was confused. I think on D&D Beyond, I mean on Foundry, it comes up as like justify or something. But okay, so yeah, you wailing on Lorifax as Lorifax is trying to defend, but just absorbing these blows, blow after blow, and there's not really all that much they can do about it. On their turn, they seem to just be carrying on. Sorry, this Foundry is so frozen. This I can't read anything on a character sheet. That's why I'm not doing anything. As she did summon an eye, so she's going to blast you with an eye ray, and that eye is just going to explode and shoot a laser out at you. However, your armor, let's see, isn't there something about, oh no, that's Tarrasque's, never mind. Thought it reflected magic for a second, but I don't think this is the one that does that.
No, that's wrong.
Okay, and that is a miss with the eye ray, as it does bounce off of the armor, as she's sort of half trying to get away, but at the same time just sort of floating up to head height and fighting you, trying to block most of these attacks. But yeah, Tiamat is coming around to sort of back you up. As you can see, there are other fighters around. There are like humans and elves busy fighting each other in the background, giants and dragons, and there is a hell of a war going on around you all. But this moment is quite like a, no one actually wants to get involved because they know if they go mess in that battle, they are definitely going to die. So at this point, it's just you and Lorifax are being left to have this one-on-one, as Ekron seems to have been doing something behind you, though Tiamat, it doesn't seem to be getting involved yet. Are you going to... Yeah, it missed. So are you going to do anything?
On my turn, yeah, keep hitting. If I run, I'll probably die anyway. Might as well go down fighting. But I roll again to see if I recharge my feature. I do. So that's 165 damage, and I need a wisdom save.
And what is the effect on a fail?
Stun until the start of my next turn. Let's see. Stun until the end of my next turn, yes.
Yeah, so as you're just wailing on Lorifax, it's going to keep just looking back at you like you haven't even hurt it. You can see that if this was a human, it would just be paste by now. But you'll hear this laughter sort of coming back at you and going, "Come on, I'm a god, you fool. Why don't you take a mask and come and join my side?" But just gonna make that wisdom save. Let's see.
Well, she failed.
What? Can you see something?
It rolled a 17. Is it not showing for you?
Yeah, everything is so slow, dude. I can't even explain. It's like, I'm sorry if I'm really dragging things out, but nothing is working. So, yeah, okay, it just came through now as the 17. So, yeah, I mean, Lorifax is not going to allow themselves to become stunned and will use a legendary resistance as she's saying, like, you fool, I'm a god. And you will see that where you have been hitting, it's not that you haven't been doing damage, but it's like it is instantly regenerating itself. Not quite as fast as you can hit it with the damage that you're doing, but you can tell that this form of Lorifax is just regenerating. You're not sure that even if you punch this thing for forever, that you'd be able to kill it. So yeah, I mean, other than the just punching it faster than it can regenerate, is there any other effect on that? I know, because used the legendary resistance. So
Just took the damage and that's it.
cool. Add that. All right. So how are you going to respond as it's saying, like, take a mask, join me, like, don't bother fighting a god?
I've seen what you do. I would rather die.
Well, that's part of the process. Come on. And on Lorifax's turn is going to slash at you with just basically with their hand. Oh my god. I'm just gonna have to roll a straight d20. Very nice when you actually need the freaking character sheet. Oh my god. And is going to miss with that first one. With the slashes at least gets 2, so that
I'll use my reaction. It's radiant energy blasts from me and hitting her for a whopping. Where is it? 9 radiant damage.
okay. So what is that feature come from?
My armor of Primus.
All right. So as you blast out with that radiant energy, the other slash comes in towards, and you will see this radiant energy washing over Lorifax as the gold that is adorning their face just begins to glow even brighter and brighter. And you'll see that second attack come in with a nat 20, which is going to hit. There's obviously no, it hasn't added to those, but with the crit, is going to grab hold of that radiant energy in the slash and is going to just plunge its hand into the armor, leaving this like slash right across it, but you will feel it appear on your body as you are hanging inside the mech, and it is going to, it feels almost like you are being ripped in half. I need you to please give me a, let me see, just double check. Sorry, I can't. There we go. Charisma saving throw, please. Jerry might actually be good at those.
You would think, right? You would
Oh,
think. Actually, I can roll lower than a 10. So that's a 24.
still one away.
Oh my.
So, yeah. So as Lorifax slashes through you with this, you do not actually take any damage from the slash, but you will feel this like strange rending sensation as you feel these sort of phantom claws tear across your real body inside the mech, and the mech will sort of falter for a second, but you will see Lorifax has just pulled some of that radiant energy that you blasted them with right out of you, and like with this sort of cheeky grin is going to try and leap backwards through the air, just pushing off of you after making this slash. You will get an attack of opportunity, which I guess you automatically hit.
I used my reaction to deal the damage.
Oh shit, okay, nice. So yeah, then it will manage to just step away. And no, that's about all. So as it kind of steps away, holding some of this energy, it is going to start trying to disappear themselves. But that takes us back to you, and we'll get back to the rest of you in a minute.
Yeah, I'm just making sure, like the features, just making sure what I can do. That's why I'm not saying anything.
Yeah, no, that's cool. Hey, you wanted a problem you couldn't just punch your way through. This may be one of those, even though your punches are pretty fucking powerful right now. it seems to have gotten something from you, though you don't know what exactly, just other than a string of energy. There are some other massive creatures to back you up here, but they're letting you fight for the moment. So do you want us to switch back to everyone else for a bit and while you consider?
I'll just continue punching. I'll move towards Lorifex and punch again.
Okay. You keep on punching, and Lorifex keeps on blocking. We are going to head back to the others as you guys are on the River Styx and see.
I have a thought. I have exactly a single thought.
My
The
points
wrong
are
map, sorry.
What's your thought, Mr. Elias?
It is something I'm having.
Is it involving two large pieces of toast and a prayers to a god with no vowels?
That's my second thought, but I have a bigger thought. I would like to cast Mage Hand and give it my water skin and fill it from the water of the River Styx.
Okay, do you have a magical water skin?
Oh no.
Then as you like float it into the water and dip it in, you try and lift it up, and it is just a tiny little piece of like plastic that is, or whatever it is, that yeah, you've dissolved your water skin essentially.
Oh. What if I put my Mage Hand in the water?
I said all limbs inside the vehicle, please. Even magical ones.
Fine. I cast Shape Water. No, I don't.
Oh god. No. Intrusive thoughts for me.
If you keep messing with the bird, I will turn this bird around.
Oh, actually, there's these like weird things on the side, right?
Fuck's sake.
What happens if I shake water and just like drop like a puddle of it onto one of them? Like just like
Yeah, sure.
calmly just like
Is
just like
the
River Styx
thought.
water and just drop it on one of their heads, like like a prank where like dump a bucket of water on people's head for some reason,
Get thanks, you have amnesia.
You didn't remember your name.
Except
Sorry,
not
bro.
not on like party like mates, like these random dudes on the side, just on one of them.
Wow.
Yeah, because they're
I
just
can see why
non
Future
people.
Sakura ended up like she did.
It's an experiment.
Huh.
Yeah, you can absolutely do that. You can see one is sort of looking over the edge and is standing closest, and you can just splash that one with this water. As you do, you see it kind of just start to almost melt, but then you realize it's not melting. It's like there are welts growing on it, and it is like mutating as it's one of its arms you can see just turns into a blade and then just grows all these welts and boils and then falls off of its body completely, then turns back into smoke and goes back into its body, where you see this creature just screaming, and it does not look like a good time. However, the screams of this creature do make all of them turn their heads to you, and as you're doing this, like realizing how bad the water would be, you will hear the water behind you on the other side of the boat sort of slosh. And as you look over, you see something like a serpent just moving through the water right next to you, just rising up out of the surface like a whale for just a second and then dipping back below.
Sakura,
If they demand a
why-
sacrifice, Sakura's definitely first on the chopping block.
Sakura,
I'm sorry,
why are
I'm
you
sorry,
the
but
way
this
that
is
you
your
are?
fault.
No, you don't get to say, this is your fault. Bitch, you're the one who just went, what if I sick this god water onto someone?
Children, sit down, shut up, or I'll turn this boat around.
You know what? Fuck you, River Styx is you.
Wait,
What the fuck is happening on the other ship? Australia? What are they doing?
A dysfunctional family.
Just
Nah,
considering
I
who
just-
they are gonna drop into the water.
I cast Shape Water and I just make it do like cool water show stuff.
Oh god. I'm just gonna
Why-
It's
slap.
not offensive. It's cool.
Yeah, but what if you make a mistake and then you like splash
It's a
it on-
cantrip.
It just accidentally splashes onto someone and they're like, "Oh shit, who am I?"
Can I
Isn't
go
that
Okay, you know
how
what?
that got created? Like he fell into the river Styx. and
Okay,
then
okay. How about this? You raise a good point. I cast it anyway.
Sakura would like to look at Lulu and ask if there's supposed to be some like Styx snake.
Wait, does that have verbal components, shape water?
No, it's purely somatic.
God damn it.
Fuck you. You let Sakura amnesiac someone, but you don't let me make a couple cool tricks.
Yeah, Sakura asks Lulu about the Styx snake.
She just, as she turns around, you see the eyes go wide as you're asking this from the water, right where you saw something. Yeah, I'm not sure if you can see it on the map, but
Yeah.
this creature now starts to like move out of the water, and you just see the jaws at first as it opens its mouth. It looks almost draconic, and you see it about to just try and like, it looks like it's going to bite down on the boat, but it is moving really slowly, and you guys are able to just like keep it going. However, yeah, I would ask us to roll for initiative here, but Foundry is being so slow that I know it's just going to crash if we do that. So we're going to sort of make it into more of like a set piece. We'll go boat by boat, and each of you can take your actions in those turns, and the snake will go in between you. So I'd like the people at the front of the boat, so June and Estrella, can you please do a rollies, and we'll see which boat goes first.
Just roll initiative or...
Just a straight D20, and whoever gets a higher one will go first. Okay, cool. So it's going to go bottom boat, then creatures, then top boat, and then creatures again. So first of all, yeah, the bottom boat, it'll be Estrella and Seto. What did you guys like to do?
Row, row, row your boat gently to the sea. Could we just like shift into second gear and just
Quickly,
get the fuck away from me?
get the fuck out of here. Yeah, let's. Indra is also paddling as so is Z. They both just going like mad. So yeah, we'll say that you guys can basically be dashing in the boat. Estrella, you gonna do?
Oh wait, can I just ask one thing? Because of my monk shit, I usually can walk on the water. Could I just like push them while running on the water?
I mean, you know that you
That is
can
so
walk on
inhuman.
water, but you are still technically touching the water. So you could, but that's up to you. From what you just saw, the bottoms of your feet might mutate, but that's for you to decide.
Never mind then.
Okay, yes.
So you're pretty fast. So with the rowing, you are speeding things up quite a bit. But yeah, Estrella, what do you?
I'm just wondering, Guston, point the hand outside. Creating the line, could I potentially give us a little speed, create like a speedboat? That's like
You want to make a sailboat?
We're getting a glazer, boys.
I mean, there's no sail on this boat. It is a rowboat, so not necessarily like that. But which way are you trying to point the wind? Because it doesn't propel you. Like the wind starts at your hand. So are you trying to like blow into the boat or like behind you?
behind.
Yeah.
I'm not
Then you
gonna
may blow everyone else in the boat out of it because you are at the front. But you could try. I will say you'll probably. I'll say you can do this as a free action because you make it look like you're in a speedboat, but you don't actually increase the speed because that's just not how physics works. So,
Oh well. That's fine.
well, that's not our magic. this in this particular case. But you will actually, because you are blasting it down into the water, you will actually hit the creature, the rest of the tail of the creature. So it will make its we'll say with that you actually manage to slow down the creature, but you don't speed yourselves up. It's everyone else in the boat. It might feel like you're speeding up, but that's more because they're rowing fast. And I'm going to move the creature backwards so I can actually select your boats. But it is then going to be the sort of minions on the side as the ones that just got like splashed with water are going to like turn and start rushing in towards your boats, and they are not looking happy, but they also do kind of look happy, like they're about to jump onto your boats and try and rip you to shreds. Top boat, are you guys doing anything as they are rowing?
Well, any
False
suggestions,
Sakura.
children? Okay, children, any suggestions to get us out of this mess you've caused? No? Okay.
Make peace with
Sakura,
the
did
serpent.
you say that this thing looks draconic?
Yeah.
Sakura just peers into the water and says,
Do not
"Oh,
offer him
Hayo
food.
gozaimasu. Would you like some?"
Jada's going to do something useful and cast Polymorph on herself to turn into a giant eagle and begin dragging the boat with her.
Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah, I mean, fuck Foundry, right? But ordinarily I would transform you into one, but
No, don't
tonight
worry about it.
we're just gonna theater of the mind as you transform into this giant eagle, and immediately you do actually start speeding it up quite a bit. However, you don't have quite as many hands rowing, so you guys are approaching about the same speed at this point. Elias, what are you doing?
Can I make a
Just-
check to see if it be an intelligent creature or like if it just understand a language?
From what you can see from Sakura trying to offer a tea, it doesn't seem intelligent. I'll give that to you as a free action because you're both sort of figuring this out at the same time. Although it looks draconic, this thing swims around in the river Styx all day. Whatever mind was there is long gone.
All right. And it doesn't seem to be very fast, right?
Not right now, as Estrea's just sort of blasted it back a little bit, but it doesn't seem like it would have much trouble. It's big enough that it could probably swim relatively fast, but right now it is moving slowly. Yeah.
Oh, there's not much I can do in it. Yeah, I'm just going to be ready if any of the ghosts tries to board. I'll just sort of try and block him, just like kick him as they try to come on.
Okay, well, I'll say you can make an attack roll as they are definitely trying to swarm, and some of them now leap from the coast towards you, and you can try and just knock one back into the water or back onto the rocks.
So what happened? What exactly happened when Sakura poured water on one of them?
Why is Sakura the eagle now?
Because June didn't have an eagle thing, so Sakura as the eagle, and June is just Sakura.
Okay, June, you turn yourself into a Sakura there, and then it'll make sense.
Yeah, I'll do it now. There you
So when the water splashed onto them, they mutated completely. They lost an arm, but the one arm is still bladed and is sort of coming towards you for a slash. But you are ready for it. You see it running and jumping. So, yeah, what are you trying?
Okay. I'd like to just say, I'd just like to get rid of its legs. I cast Control Water and I just splash it on its legs. Hopefully it just loses its ability to walk.
Oh shit. That's poor thing.
I mean, yeah, you would do that as it's mid-air, flying through the air towards you, and splash its legs.
Jumping.
Yeah, this is, you said if any of them try and get onto the boat. So this one, you're doing this as it's sort of leaving the edge of this. You see it coming towards you. So you're trying to splash it before it actually takes off.
Yeah.
Okay, so you splash onto the thing and it walks onto the water, but it is still like its feet begin to dissolve, but that process is not, it's not instantaneous. It's like as it does take off with its legs, it doesn't get quite as much power as it would have wanted, and its legs do start to dissolve, so it doesn't make the full jump, and it leaps towards you and lands on the side of the boat, actually dipping half of its entire body into the water, and you see it screaming and just scrambling at you, trying to grab at you. You see that this is not like a mortal creature. This thing, all of these creatures, they look unwell, and it is basically dissolving in the river as it is holding onto your boat. Are you going to try and do anything else to like remove it?
Yeah, I can use my bonus action to actually attack it, and I'm just going to aim to slice off its arms, so it just falls completely.
Okay, yeah, make an attack roll as you just try and slice off everything it's using to actually hang on to your boat.
Is that a hit? Does a 15 hit?
I'll tell you in a second.
You
A
know what,
15 does
fuck
not
the
hit. So.
kneecaps. Ah.
Though you do have advantage on it because it is technically prone, I would say. The way it's sort of hanging on, it doesn't have any means of defending itself.
Okay.
go.
Okay. It rolled the exact same.
Doesn't
Fuck.
life of exhaustion?
Yeah, then unfortunately, as Elias, you're just trying to pry this thing off of the boat, it is like screeching and screaming and trying to scramble its way on. It seems to be giving you some trouble in that. But I think that will probably be the turn for that top boat then.
Very grumpy pulling the boat along.
Yeah, as you are with a giant eagle. I mean, you can make an athletics check, but it is going pretty well. It's pretty easy to pull a boat in that form.
Strength check, eh? Yeah. So
Yeah.
just got through. 14.
14. Okay, yeah, not that easy, but it takes a little while to figure out what to actually grab it onto. But the sort of figurehead of this little boat though it is just made of bone, it actually gives you a nice little thing to grip onto with your talons and start pulling it along. As Lulu is just flying ahead of you, will try and help pull the other one along as well, but is not making much of a difference. As the creature then swims up behind you and is like now a little bit angrier and is going to come forward and is attacking. Yes, the top boat first. The thing is, the screams and things are. Okay. Oh no, the other one just attacked them. So is going to go for the bottom boat first, if it can get to it. And I'll tell you in a million years when Foundry catches up. I'm still seeing Elias's rolls coming through, so it is ridiculously slow.
Delay.
Okay, I would like. Actually, it can, because this thing's fucking massive. It's going between the boats and just like sort of thrashing, making it hard for your boats to stay stable. I'll need everyone to please make me a strength saving throw.
Just to like stay on.
Yeah, as it's sort of slamming the boats from underneath, but these boats don't technically have hit points, so this is just to hang on. You actually, you won't need to, June, because you are flying, but everyone else.
A strength. Okay.
Dodge that bullet.
Oh, okay. June, was that, what was the 14?
That was my strength check to keep pulling the boat along. That was that earlier.
Okay. So is that I see a 16, 12, and a 17 from Sakura, Estrella, and Elias. Seto, are you there?
I'm here.
Can you please roll a strength save to try and stay in the boat?
Okay, I have to do it in Discord though.
Yeah, you can roll whatever works for you. As
22.
Okay, yeah, you're more than fine. As Sakura and Elias, you feel the boat rock quite violently, and you just instinctively trying to get away from the splash that it causes a rock to the other side of the boat, sort of counteracting it, and it actually it sort of stays level, but it's very close as you really rock the boat, and that Styx crawler is really having some trouble. You will have advantage on the next attack against that one as well, but it has dipped lower and is basically just a torso, like from the ribs up at the moment, trying to climb onto the boat. Though on the other boat, Estrella, you feel it bump, and as you are blasting the wind, you will slip over onto the one side, but that is where Lulu has just come to try and drag the boat along. So I will allow you to make a sort of an acrobatics or an athletics as a reaction to try and catch onto Lulu and not fall into the water.
Ooh.
And then it is going to your turn again. So, yeah. Estrella, would you like to try and make that check, or have you got something else up your sleeve?
Damn, 26.
Oh, okay. Sorry, that took a while. You managed to clutch onto this Holophant, and she kind of like drops a little bit and then starts flapping harder, and seems a bit panicked. But you are just clutching onto this little elephant for dear life, as for a few moments she flies back, and you can easily step back onto the boat. But it is now bottom boat's turn. What are you guys all doing?
Oh, you fucking hideous.
Getting back on the boat and changing strategy.
She called you fat. That's hilarious.
But
Let's see. Just use that. Less. Level 1. I can only give myself Seto Sakura. Less.
Thank you.
That means fuck you, Elias.
yeah,
I
I
kid.
mean, one of us who used control water attacked someone, the other made some cool tricks. Guess who's the one who instigated the fight?
I also want like a detail
Shut up.
on your not on your thingy.
Love you,
I
Elias.
can give you that.
Okay, so Seto, what are you still just rowing like your life depends on it?
I mean, I was looking for to do something, but yeah, I guess.
I mean, what are you trying to do? What do you mean?
I mean, we have to escape somehow, so that's the best thing I can do, to be honest.
Okay, I mean, it is right underneath you at this point, so it's either you can try and keep rowing or actually attack the creature. The minions along the side, it looks like they'd have to make quite a jump to actually get to you, despite the fact that one has tried and is scrambling onto the other boat. But yeah, Z and Indra are both rowing as fast as they can. You will actually see Indra just try and strike at the creature with his with the oar, and he'll even try and do a stunning strike as he just tries to hit it like behind the ear where he assumes might be a pressure point, but it does not fall victim to his strike, and you can see he's just trying. But what would you like to do?
He's a monk? Fuck. I mean, is the beast relatively close to us so we can strike it with our blade? Because probably
yeah.
can't punch it, right?
You would be able to at some point. I mean, it is going like in and out of the water like a serpent. You are seeing it's like making this S shape out of the water. So some of it is arced out and some of it is beneath, but it is sort of chasing after you and rising up above the water and then diving again. So when it comes up, you would be able to take a moment to take a strike. Indra was that time plunging into the water, but you would be able to hit it a bit further back.
Okay, let's try to do that. Like, just wait for the perfect moment and let's hope that it hits.
Yeah, as you see this thing raise its head up, like after getting smacked with the oar, it rises up like it's going to try and bite you, but you're just there ready to punch it. You can make an attack.
By the way, I'm pretty certain that I was left at 1, but I'm not entirely certain do I even have key points.
Didn't you say that you spent the last one on Sakura?
Shit, I did.
Yeah, you definitely used them all against Sakura, but this thing does not think. This thing you're not even sure is all that violent. It's just like it seems to be something that lives in this river, but for something to survive in this river, it's probably going to be pretty aggressive. So you would be able to try and punch it back into the water, but stunning it, maybe not so much.
Okay, well, I rolled a 27 to hit.
Oh yeah, you connect perfectly on the jaw as it's like just rising up. You smack it across the face and away from the boat, but you can roll for damage on that one.
15.
Nice, 15.
It should probably have 300 HP.
Not quite. Not that far off. As you, yeah, I wish I could even see it. That brings us to the end of the bottom boat's turn as Seto just punches this thing out of the air back into the water. The splash, luckily, not landing on any of you, as the rest of the minions are now going to close in, and unfortunately I can't represent that on the map, but a couple of them are going to be leaping towards you. There'll be 2 going for each boat as they go leaping through the air. I'm just going to roll some d20s and we will see for each.
Can I try something when one of them is jumping towards our boat?
Absolutely.
Let
me just see.
As it's leaping through the air, can I like catch and just throw it in the water with in my talons type of thing? Just
Yeah.
as it's jumping.
You can certainly try, as it is going to be their action to try and get onto the boat, so they don't get to quite make an attack as part of that, but they are. One of them is going to sort of, so that the first 2 are going to come from the top with a 12 and an 18. The 12 is going to land on the other one's head and is going to try and scramble over its face, but ends up dragging that one off of the boat, what is left of it, and both of them plunge into the waters. But you do see them now swimming underneath it, like they keep their attention on the boat, but now they just look like almost like souls just swimming through the sea. Whereas the other one that got an 18 makes its jump. However, it is caught by June on your turn. What are you doing as the eagle catches the?
Yeah, so June catches this one that's jumping through and just literally flies it like a little bit behind us and just drops it in the water and continues pulling the boat along.
All right, yeah, you see it hits one of these spiked rocks on the way down and just kind of tumbles into the water, not expecting things to go that way. It will, however, as you are doing this, it will get to take a slash at you as you are flying there.
Oh,
so let's.
That's a lot of damage.
No, actually, as it's falling, it's going to hurl a necrotic flame at you. So it just kind of blasts this necrotic energy towards you as it falls, and then crashes onto the rocks below. I'll say it makes this with disadvantage because it is falling backwards. 18.
18? That hits.
Oh?
Yeah, I'm a giant eagle. Armor class is only
Oh, yeah. Oh, does that have a second hit pull as well then? Oh,
yeah,
did you actually cast polymorph on yourself?
Yeah.
You know polymorph doesn't work on shape changes.
No, you're kidding. Wait, it doesn't?
You can't be polymorphed as a changeling. But I will say, for the flavor of this, because you are in the void, I'll say you've changelinged yourself into a giant owl. And we can say that it uses your stats for this moment, because I'm pretty sure there's a stipulation in polymorph that you can't use it on a shape change.
I think you may be right. I don't think
That's
read
correct.
that part.
So yeah, this is just going to eat into your normal hit pool then.
Cool.
But that is 11 points of necrotic damage. I think I rolled pretty shit there. Yeah, like 2 1s. Okay, so you take that 11 points of necrotic damage, which it doesn't seem to be applying. Are you like immune to necrotic or something?
Yes, I am.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, no,
Nothing
I'm
happened.
only resistant. Sorry, not immune.
Okay, so you take 5. Yeah, 5. And then what about the rest of you guys on the boat? Oh, well, first, the other minions, one of them did get a nat 20 to jump towards the other boat. The other one jumps and just cannonballs straight into the river. But one of them is going to leap onto the boat and sort of, with flare sort of land between Indra and Z and just starts slashing at them, and is going to slash Z, just gets her right across the face and neck, and you just see this horrible cut appearing as she screams and ducks down. So there is one on the boat on the bottom. The ones that are on the boat at the top have all fallen into the river. And you guys are making your way forward, taking us back to the creature underneath you, who is going to once again try and rise up for... Well, no, this time it'll do the slam because it just got punched back into the water. So this time it's slamming both boats again. Again, strength save from everyone. Oh my god, man. Sorry. This is it's one of those games. Oh, that's much better. You guys are expecting it this time, as top boat seems to be perfectly fine for now. But let's see, Elias might get yeeted overboard.
Oh shit. Mm,
Okay, do you have anything to add to that, Elias?
not, not not to add to it, but fuck.
What the squawk is happening?
No, I can't really change anything about the saving throw.
Well, then you are. It is sort of knocking you overboard. Is there something you'd like to try and grab onto as you were doing so? You guys are all a little bit further down the river. I'm just struggling to represent.
Elias, you're gonna owe me for this. I take a point of exhaustion and Elias passes.
I could do a thing.
Okay. That's better.
Okay, well, you can hold on to that for now, Sakura. Let's see what what the thing is. You may still need it.
So I have two ideas. First is, could I just use the momentum of the boat to jump onto the rocks?
Okay, you want to dive from your boat onto the rocks. I will say you can try and make an acrobatics check to get that right, or an athletics, whichever works for you, but probably acrobatics.
Okay, yeah, I'll do it. And if that doesn't work, like, I'll just use my... What's it? Geisha's form, that's it.
Okay, well, let's see that roll, because I mean, you'll probably be able to make it.
Hang on. Disadvantage. Okay, so 15.
Okay, so you won't be able to get to the all the way to the other side, but I will say that you are able to grab onto one of those spiked rocks with a 15. As you kind of clamber onto it, your foot will drag through the water, but are you wearing... Do you have magic boots by any chance?
You know what? No, I do not.
In that case, the shoes are going to just dissolve as you kind of dip your foot in there and like quickly scramble back up onto the rock. You are holding onto the rock, but your left shoe is currently eating itself, and you realize that it's not just dissolving like it's in acid, it's literally eating itself. It has grown a mouth and is now chewing on your ankle. But your foot seems to be okay until it gets bitten off by your shoe. That is going to be Elias, but what about Estrella and Seto? Please, can you make those strength saves as well?
24?
Unless you did.
22.
Oh yeah, you got the 22. I saw that. What did you get, Seto?
24 in Discord bot.
Oh, okay, cool. You guys are totally fine as It takes us to your turn again on the boat. One of those creatures has just jumped onto the boat with you. What are you going to do?
What is the size of this? The medium.
Yeah.
Then make it strength save.
Cool. Are you using the wind?
No, that would have. I'm actually using another thing. Find it. Gust. Does not require concentration. Cantrip.
I mean, that is still wind, but yeah, that's perfect. Which way are you blowing it? It got a 12. Oh no, that rolled for the boat, so yeah, it didn't beat a 20 though. Definitely doesn't have a +8 to strength. I can't see it right now though. But
Man over, thing overboard.
Nice. Which way are you blasting it? As you can control the direction.
Towards this dragon's head.
Okay, yeah, you send it flying overboard and into the water onto the back of that thing. As you see the stick swimmer lift its head up out of the water, you see this thing has been fully submerged, and you see it mutating and going through all sorts of horrible transformations as it comes up above the surface and then gets dipped down again and ends up swimming with the other ones. Seto, anything you want to try and do here?
Nah, I don't think I have anything in me, sadly.
Okay, well, with that, the ones that jumped on are pretty much done. However, one is going to approach the rock that you were kind of hanging onto and jump onto that, Elias, as that is not a difficult jump for it to make. And there is one on the rock next to you, which is going to take a swipe at you and try and knock you off of that rock. Let's see. I will try and just roll this, but it's not easy for it to swing while it's like on this thing.
Elias is being put through the fucking ringer right now.
I'm just a fucking human, dude. Okay.
Oh, can anyone see what that roll was?
17.
Okay, what is your AC again, Eli?
16.
Oh my god, okay. So yeah, it does hit. Damn, that means I gotta do damage for 1 second.
Yeah, I could do with that armor, I just have leather. That's something to remember if I get back.
So while this one is slashing it at Elias, is anyone in the other boat doing anything while I'm rolling damage on that? In the top boat, sorry.
Can I do anything?
Yeah, you can retaliate as this one is just slashed into you. Sorry, it's just taking a while. There's nothing I can do about it.
Ah.
But it is the top boat's turn now.
Yeah, I'm gonna go pick up Elias. Would be a bad idea to leave him on the rock above the.
I mean, deal with the
whatever.
fucking monsters. I can hold on to a rock, yes.
Ignore the 13. That's obviously was the first roll. Okay, you take 10 points of slashing damage. My god. Sorry, that took so long to find.
I can turn that into 5.
Yeah, you uncanny dodges. You just like see it coming and you use the rock to your advantage.
Also, it did just turn me into the water elemental icon.
What the fuck? Why?
I don't know. I applied damage on myself and it just.
Oh Jesus Christ! Okay, whatever.
Yeah, we could just leave it. It's
So fucking over it. There's nothing I can do about it. Sorry.
Fuck you, liquid
What
eyes.
are you trying to do as you move like water and just fully embrace Bruce Lee's teachings and dodge some of that damage? Are you jumping onto the eagle? Is the eagle?
I would probably want to attack first. So yeah, I'm just going to hit it. Or at least try.
Yeah, you can make an attack. It is a minion, so if you hit, it'll go down. But yeah.
Could I do I have a bonus action as well? Like is this a reaction?
Yeah, you've got a full turn.
Okay.
Yeah, that was just its turn to hit you, and now it is everyone on the boat has got their full normal turn. But yeah, June said she's going to try and help you get back to the boat. So you can either just take advantage on anything to try and get back onto the boat, or you can try and make an attack first. What would you like to do?
I'll make an attack first and I'll get back on the boat. Hit. Let's go. I take it at 30 hits.
Yeah, it does not say hit there for you. Sorry,
Oh no, it does.
at this speed, you got to just assume that things are working and keep going. Because I'm not seeing things like 10 minutes after you see that. But yeah, 30 will definitely hit.
Yep. And yeah, I'll clamber back in the boat.
Okay, yeah. Well, with that, I'll say because I mean you're also making a ranged attack, so you know, but you've got crossbow master, right?
Yes.
So as you you jump back, you'll be able to make another acrobatics or athletics check to try and get back into the boat with advantage because the eagle is helping you as you kind of leap from the rock and just swing off of the eagle back into the boat, making the shot as you go.
Well, not 20.
Oh, perfect. You can throw in a backflip if you want. Fuck it. You land back in the boat as you blast this thing off of the rock. Your shoe is still trying to eat your foot, but
Oh shit.
so you will take 4 points of piercing damage as this thing is just gnawing on your leg. You can please add that to yourself. As Sakura, are you doing anything?
Not at the moment. I'm dealing with a bit of a group assignment crisis thing. People needing help with referencing. It's due in like 20 minutes, so I don't know why they're asking like now if I can fix their referencing.
Okay, well, Sakura's busy rowing like her life depends on it, and it takes us back to the big creature underneath, who at this point you guys have basically gotten like to the end of this map, and the creature is going to rise up. I'm going to say, is there anything you guys want to actually do to try and stop this thing, or are you just going to keep trying to outrun it as you carry on down the river?
Oh yeah, I'm just gonna continue dragging the boat along.
Okay, so I'll take that as you guys are just trying to get away, and you will keep going down the river. This thing knocking your boat every now and then, but as you are getting further and further, you will start to see on the ridge line those creatures that were running alongside the boat. They start to back off as you get further upriver, and they just go back to sort of milling about, doing whatever they were doing there before, scavenging around. As you see bigger figures on the like on the cliff sides as you're going forward, and you will see those as you reach the next map, which I'm just going to, don't worry about actually moving your tokens, I'll just put down some new ones. As you do know that this creature is still underneath the boat, but also seems to lose a bit of interest as you get closer here. Maybe because it's given up, maybe because there are more of them in the area, you don't know. It seems like a very dangerous place to be. But as you guys are continuing onwards, we'll cut back to Jerry for a second as you are just beating the living shit out of Lorifax. Just this titan, like you have her gripped in your hand and just wailing again and again and again. And you see that the body that you are holding, you have crumbled. You've like broken every bone in this body, but the mask still stays perfectly intact, and the bones keep on fixing themselves. It's like trying to beat up Wolverine or something, and there is just the punches don't seem to be enough. But what would you like to do as you're realizing that punches aren't working?
Can I do? Do I know what Lorifax took from me?
No, just other than a string of radiant energy, you're not sure. But that slash was the only one that she really attempted, and since then, you haven't received any more serious attacks. I will say at this point, you could have looked over to see Ekron, who is standing with a blade in his hand. Is the sword that you just broke, he has picked up, and you can see he is reforged with necromantic energy. That he is just like the shards have been like hovering together with this green mist around them, and they seem to be reconnecting themselves. You know that as a blacksmith, that would not work for like you can't reforge a sword like that, but the cracks seem to be filled with this necromantic energy, and he seems to be making a go of it. But you're just there wailing on Lorifax. What would you do?
Tell them to grab a hold of Lorifax and bring her closer to Ekron.
Okay, so are you just you're just like holding her and walking her over back to Ekron?
Yeah. And I'll just ask him, do you need a special invitation?
Honestly, I'm surprised you haven't gotten the job done. What is this new little trick of yours, Lorifax? And you just see the body in your hands, just sort of the shoulders shaking as it is laughing despite being completely like broken. And you'll just you'll see her saying, "It's too late. You're too late. You can't beat me now. I have something you evil fucks will never have." And uh, as she's saying that, you just are you doing anything as you'll get another sort of turn there? God, the map does not seem to be working either.
No, screw it. I'll like grab her by the mask and pull.
Okay, yeah, you grab that mask and just start trying to tear it. Um, let's see. Okay, yeah, as oh shit, where did everything go? Um, as you start pulling at it, you'll feel this pulse of energy come from the massive, like dead, what looked like possibly some kind of dragon that was there before. You feel this pulse of energy coming off as the what you have seen before, the sort of golden straps around the back of their head are just gripping on tightly, and you feel like you're peeling their face off. But as you're kind of trying to remove the mask, you can make a strength check. You can use whichever's higher between you and the Titan.
Yeah,
But
Titan is higher by 1.
okay, cool. You can roll for that, and then as you kind of you hear she's still speaking under and just like ranting at Ekron, just going, of course.
Let's go for it.
Holy shit! Yeah. So as you tear this mask, you hear her speaking, just saying, "I seek to create a place of peace for souls of this world, a new divine." And you just rip this thing that the like straps just go right through the head, and you just tear it completely off of the face as the body goes limp, and you hear this like ghostly laughter emanate from it as you peel the mask off of the face. It is there in your hand. You've got the mask of Lorifax in your grasp, and Ekron and Tiamat are just looking at you with shock, like you just walked in, wailed on her, and then tore her face off. And it seems like the body is dead in your hand, but you definitely heard laughter coming off of the mask.
I like smash the mask on the ground, like right in front of Ekron. Like throw it as hard as I can on the ground, right in front of him.
He'll just look down at it almost with disappointment and just say, knew it had to be a trick of some kind. Well, you surely are quite capable. What do you say you pick up this blade and we go find the real one? And he is going to offer your own blade back to you that has been repaired, as the mask lies there at his feet, and you can see it is smoldering now. There is like a sort of white smoke coming off of it as it's just burning the sands that it is lying on.
Why would I do that?
Play the
Well,
game.
you seem to be quite a capable soldier, and I'm in need of warriors like you. That clearly was not the real thing. Otherwise, I'm pretty sure you would have. Well, and it just looks down at this smoldering mask, like you're clearly able to do this, and he is offering you a new job as you have clearly broken your last oath.
The only thing I want to get back to my time, back to my people. That's all I want. Can you do that?
Maybe. That is quite an ask. Time travel. And when is it that you are from exactly?
When is it now?
Well, I guess that's a good question. Depends what calendar you're looking at, but I suppose the men have been here for a few 100 years, perhaps 300. They have only just begun to civilize. I assume you're from the same world then?
Probably, yeah. The year is 532 BC. whatever that means.
I can see what I can do. Time is a tricky thing, but you keep fighting for me. Maybe give me some more suits of armor like the one you've built here for yourself, and I'll get you home to your people. Do we have a deal?
You get me home to my people, and when I'm done on the other side, on the land of the living, which is probably not too long, my soul will come back here and I will fight for you.
I'm afraid that's not how it works. Surely you must know what it's like to make a deal with the devil. I must have the upper hand, and you have not quite proven yourself yet. Though that was impressive, I have others that can do that. Why should I help you if you're not going to prove yourself first?
How do you expect to do that?
Well, I need an army, and you seem to have some talents that I could make great use of. So build me an army of these mechanical warriors, and I will take you home. Is that not enough for you?
Not enough for me. I pointed at Tiamat. You have the Dragon Queen, probably all the dragons under her control. You rule here, so you probably have more than enough warriors, and you need even more.
Clearly, the warriors I have aren't getting things done. The dragons are doing well. I won't fault them. But men are fickle. You, if I am correct, you are one of them. One of the natives of this world. Or am I wrong there too?
If I knew, I would have told you. Trust me.
Well, if I could click my fingers and send you forwards in time to 532 EC, whatever the fuck that is, I would do that too. But it seems both of us are going to have to put some work in to make that happen. Now, are you going to help us or not? And he holds up the blade again.
I help you kill the real Lori facts, and I go back to my people. That's the deal.
That's the deal. Build me the warriors to do so, and then I will send you home. You don't need to take care of the task yourself. Lorifax is mine.
I'll agree, but there is only one problem here. I don't know how to do that.
Well, you figured it out once. Perhaps you can do it again. Who, if not you, built this thing?
You have a deal. Grab the sword.
As you pick up the sword in the mech suit, the hand will kind of like open up with a compartment for that sword to actually fit into the arm, and then you will see another progress bar saying compiling, and it is going to create like a mecha version of the sword that is inserted into the arm, into the hand. You will see it just build itself a new sword in your hand, as you have got a blade of Ekron. It is not exactly the same as your Onikiri, but it is essentially the same weapon. It'll just have some new effects that I will try and get to you next time.
Yeah.
All right. So then you are standing there with Ekron in the middle of this battlefield. There is still a battle going on around you. Are you going to are you going to try and go and join that fight, or are you just are you going to try and get out of here now that you've made this deal?
Yeah, I'll just ask him, where is your nearest forge? That's the first place, so probably can start.
You'll see the skull just like the light drift across it as if to emphasize the grin on his face, though he probably never stops grinning, and he will just nod and say, "Follow me," as Archon is going to get onto the back of Tiamat, which is why she is in that smaller form, as he will follow afterwards and just sort of float up into the air as Tiamat flaps her wings, and they are going to try and fly off and asking you to follow after them.
Follow what? I cannot hold this form for too long.
Or so you think. You are in a suit now, which was not part of that armor. So when your form dissipates, the Titan will still be there. You have created an actual Titan. It is like this is a pilotable thing. The suit that was around you has become like the control mechanism where the eye once was in that creature, and sort of upgraded itself. So this Titan will not actually dissipate. This is a physical object, but yeah, once your form returns, you'll just be sitting in it.
Okay.
Okay, so are you following after them?
Yeah, I am.
All right, then as you guys fly away from the battle, letting it go on behind you, we are going to cut back to everyone else as Jerry flies over to a forge. The rest of you approach the end of the river. Yeah, okay. You see lined up on the ridges of this tunnel ahead of you, in the far distance, you can see a massive skull that looks like it is opening its mouth for you to all sort of sail right into it, but you can't quite see what is beyond the mouth of that. However, the figures you can see lined up along the side, you do recognize as Oni, and they are all standing there looking down and watching you intently as you all make your way upriver. The serpent seems to have backed off by this point.
DM, the map is currently blank for me.
Yeah, me too.
Okay.
Just
Don't have
give it a
tokens.
second. Oh, if it's tokens, that just give me a second. I'll fix that now. I haven't put you down yet. This might put down too many.
See.
Oh, fuck. I just put down everyone. All the players we've had.
Damn, I
That's a no good.
Oh, I recognize a horse.
Damn, I
Put the whole player folder down. Fuck my life. Well, whatever. It's basically midnight in this game. My God. So yeah, you guys, as you see this in the distance, just what I've described for now. I will try and fix those tokens. What do you guys?
Crisis averted. What is going on?
Only.
Yeah, they're just watching us go down. We're nearing the end of this part of the River Styx, at least.
I just thought of a Deep Nuts joke.
Thanks. Thanks, Jim. Yeah, I'm just going to kick off the shoe that's trying to bite me.
yeah. There's not much of that shoe left, so you can probably do that with relative ease as you get back into the boat, take off your shoe, and you're just going to throw it overboard.
Yeah, that'd probably be. Do I want to litter? You know, and I'll leave it as something to serve, and I'll just throw it on the edge by the rocks.
You know, these only look kind of familiar.
Mm-hmm. Yes, they do.
Yeah, at least one person in your group would actually recognize them, but to you guys, your characters would not recognize them. As players, you probably.
So is Lulu still with us?
Yeah, everyone. I can't put everyone down. This shit's broken. So
No worries.
you are still pulling it along, but Lulu is leading you, and she will tell you that you are almost there.
Hey, Lulu, are those guys mean or good? Which one? Was that Lulu?
Lulu's the
Taking up.
best thing ever, dude. Lulu's the best thing ever.
It's so hard to focus right now. I'm falling asleep.
I don't know, they look friendly, I guess. I've never seen one of those things before in my life. I don't know what that is.
I love it.
Damn it, Lulu.
Dude, we needed this as a mascot in the beginning of the campaign. Or some shit.
I mean, they kind of look like they're waiting for someone.
Oh, how convenient.
This is the end of the road, though. I mean, we're basically nearly there. Just through that skull. It should be your time. I mean, it'll be the afterlife, but you should be able to find your way home pretty easy.
Nice. Thank you.
Let's keep her going.
Yeah.
So as you guys sail further upriver, and where we're going to end it for tonight, you will see the Oni that are kind of looking down at you. They're all watching very curiously, trying to figure out, or they seem to be looking for someone or expecting someone here. And far in the distance there, where you can see that skull, you start to see a light on the other side. And I think that is where we're actually going to end tonight's session. Sorry for the slow technical bullshit of this one, but you guys are practically fucking there. You like basically back in time. yeah, this whole thing with Jerry, we are going to we'll montage a little bit as you go. You do follow them back to the forge, and we will discuss what happens over the next week because
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to do with what you gave me to work with there. So I don't. I'm gonna have to take some time to think about it as well, and rewrite my whole life. So thank you guys very much for the game. I hope.
Thanks for the game. Sorry for having to step out. Like, literally had a group assignment due at like a minute to midnight tonight, and someone was like, "Oh, I don't know how to reference. Can you just do my referencing for me quickly?" And I was like, "Bro, you've been in geography for like a whole year. How have you passed?"